Good evening, great minds. Great to have you on this channel. It's awesome having you guys. And we are live again, another Monday evening, having a live show with a special guest. We're bringing on board so that we can learn from her. You know, I told you the way to climb up faster is by learning from other people's experience. We cannot do it all on our own. Teamwork. We learn from others. We rub off on each other to become a light and a blessing. And so today we have a special guest that will learn. We have financial Paul and my very self, Sandra. We will also tell you a little story about
Mary
ourselves.
Samuel.
Yes. Paul is going to say something about himself too. And Mary Samuel is our guest on this show. So she'll be the one talking more of the time. We'll be asking her one or two questions.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons for this show is for us to learn and for the coming generation behind us to learn that success is not accidental. Life is all being intentional. Being intentional is the key to moving forward. I had a class yesterday where they spoke about intentionality, a lifestyle of being intentional. This year, much more than ever before, and the years to come, we have got to, have a new strategy to live life, being intentional. So I'm going to be introducing our guests that we have today. Her name is Mrs. Mary Samuel. She was born in India, but she had a higher education in the United States of America. And ever since then, she's been living here. She's into ministry. She helps women and children to become better in their chosen career. And she had a church. She ran a church with her husband for some time. She joined the John Maxwell team 2015. Oh, wow. That's like 7 years ago. And she's an health worker and also a consultant. That's a side business. Thank you, ma'am. And she's also presently a John Maxwell team member. So, and she's one of our leaders. I got to meet her through the Change Your World table. She was my leader there, and I learned a lot from her. And I said, I can't allow this special guest to just go like that without us learning from her. So please pardon me, I had to bring her. So if you don't mind, so someday we can bring whoever you have in mind. If you have any chosen person that you think has created an impact in your life and you want to show the world so that we can learn from him or her, please, you can beckon on me by shooting me a mail or sending me a chat and letting us have an interview session with such a person. You might know the governor, you can know the president, you can also know the ambassador of whatever country, and you want us to, bring her or him on this live channel. You can always reach out to me or Financial Paul. We can always slate an interview with such a person. I have an ambassador I'll be bringing maybe in another 2 or 3 weeks. He's actually he's a representative with the United Nations, and he's done a lot of work helping people. So if you have anybody in your life, anybody you've read about and you think will be a good fit and a good person to be interviewed on this channel, you can always send us a mail. You can reach out to me or Financial Paul. We can bring such a person to the world to know. Thank you very much. I'll be leaving. Financial Paul, do you have anything to say before I guess come online?
Yes, for some people who don't know financial support, I think you need to
Yes, you can say
because
little
I
about
think that you really have a lot of you have quite a number of followers who don't really know much about financial support. So financial support is a professional member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants. I teach and train people on money, finance, investment. I founded Become Rich Africa, actually an organization aimed at providing financial intelligence to people, giving them information that can help them make money and multiply money. So that's just the summary of financial Paul. So I'm so glad being in this live section with Mary Samuel and Sandra Ukoh, and also hoping to learn a lot from her. Over to you, Sandra.
Yeah, thank you very much, Paul. I actually didn't even say myself. I'm Sandra Ukoh,
Yeah.
a certified John Maxwell speaker, trainer, and coach. I also met her in my journey in John Maxwell. I'm an author. Can Anything Hold You Back? My book. You can find it on Amazon Live now and Jumia. So we
Wow.
are going to be bringing up our guest now, Mrs. Mary Samuel. Thank you, ma. The floor is all yours now. Can you give us a brief of yourself? Tell us about yourself. We'd like to learn from you.
Well, thank you all for asking me to join your studio, for the time that you have given me here, and I appreciate that. Um, Brief things about me. Like Sandra said, I was born and brought up in India, and after some years, I had a chance to come to the United States and continue my education. But my life in the ministry and also as a teacher, I was teaching in a convent, a Catholic higher secondary school, and then from there my life ended in here, and then I pursued my education to get a degree in human resource and psychology. And then in 2015 I have joined John Maxwell team, and my journey always have different turns and twists and turns, which I love it and I appreciate it, because God brings opportunity to you and then you grab it and go with it. That's basically about my life, and I work in healthcare, and also I have a consulting business, and I'm doing John Maxwell um, membership in the mentorship, and also in the consulting as a coach and a mentor. So that's where I am right
Oh,
now.
that's awesome. Very great. It's awesome and great to know about that. And because I know that's the only way that's the way we met, you know. Maybe if I never joined Maxwell, maybe I wouldn't have met this special guest today, like on our studio today. So great to have you, Ma. It's an opportunity to be with you now and ask you just a few questions. What influenced your degree? What influenced you, ma'am? Can you tell us what influenced you? Because I know I heard some of your story. You said your father, had
Yeah,
some influence on
but
you.
to get to go forward in life, my I lost my dad when I was about nine between yeah about 10 years old, about a little after 9 years
Oh,
old, and that was a
Oh,
great loss in my life. But
sorry, so sorry.
my parents were ministers. My dad is always a people person. He believed in the influence that a person give to others that can impact their life, and he believed that there is a purpose in life for us to influence others to get better. So he cast the vision on me to be such a way at an young age, and he told me stories. He told me different things that he learned, and he kind of transformed my mindset as a young age by bringing me a lot of books to read. So my internal perception of the world have been developed even before I have had a chance to look around the world. So I was an avid reader, read a lot of books, and you become the person or the character in the book, and you expand your vision through the character and see the world with that. And so it was like a very he go for missions and ministries and come back with book to me. Everybody get different things, but I got books. So I had a good collection even at a young
That
age.
was great.
Yes, so that's
okay.
that's the journey. So he cast a vision on my life as a young child. But he passed away at the age of 37. But that
Oh, so
his
sorry.
mind and his mission and his impact in my life continued through my life, and I'm so thankful that he was my dad, and he showed
Well,
me
Peter, you say
great,
something to me.
great sense of worth of knowing or knowing. I mean, he himself couldn't learn much, because in that time it is not that you know possible for everybody to go to college and get, but he had a higher vision for the children. So thank God for that mental picture that he painted in my mind of being the person of influence. So that,
Wow.
and not only that, the example that he set before me, to taking in strangers, to feed them, to clothe them, and being there in the middle of the night, going out for somebody to minister to them. So those all things are just, he walked the walk. He walked the talk. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He did. Walking the talk.
So
Awesome.
that was my part of my influence to impact others. Yeah, and after that, I was able to minister among battered women and orphan children, to take them, raise them, and to train the battered women's their lifestyle, to change it, to train them with the trade,
Yeah.
Like they would come in and learn sewing and to make get a business on themselves to get successful at that, so they don't have to depend on their abusive family or whatever, so they can raise their children well. So I did that for some time, and then I came to America, continue my journey here.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. You know, that's a life of significance. You're not only being successful, but you're leaving a mark in the lives of people around you. That's awesome. That's awesome. It cannot be overemphasized. That's really great. I'm going to ask you a further question before we wrap the session, because it's a live session. How have you impacted your world? Because I know when you just told me about the influence of your father, you spoke about some of the impact you had on these battered women, and I really do want to know how you've impacted your world aside from these women and children.
Well, the thing is that don't the life of significance, as John Maxwell says, that it starts by doing. We don't miss any opportunity, because John Maxwell says that yesterday was not ours, it passed. Tomorrow is not promised. Today is our today is here at this
Mm,
moment, and whatever opportunity comes on our side, do it, do
mm,
it, and make a difference in others' life when opportunity present
mm.
itself. Don't walk away. Don't pretend that you don't see it, but be present. And it's okay to get involved in people's problem and be there for them.
Yeah,
So that's, I mean, one person at a time. That's the change your world movement that John Maxwell says. It just kind of captured my mind, and it's kind of gone into. It's only 1 year, just anniversary, just added. But my journey in that I learned about it, and now I'm doing it, and then I'm teaching others to do it. And
mm,
John Maxwell says that you do it, and you do it with others and let them do it. So that's the path that John Maxwell created, and I'm part of that team, and I'm doing that. So that is one of the best way to influence one person at a time. Let them touch another person, so that the whole world will be touched by something good to change
somebody.
your world.
Yeah, true,
Yes. So
true, true.
that's at this point in life, and I feel like there is so much worth in that, touching a life and putting a mark on their life. Hey, somebody cares.
Yes, that's
I
true.
do something. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the same thing you said, one person touching the other and the other touching the other. That's
Yeah.
multiplication.
Yeah.
We are multiplying the effect of being good. So if
Yeah.
we, the three of us, are multiplying ourselves in others, we
Yeah.
become six. Six becomes 36 because the six of us multiply themselves again. We
Yeah.
continue to, it's like a chain reaction. We
Yeah.
continue to increase multiplication, not just addition, multiplication. And before you know it, the world is a better place for everyone. Okay, what's your passion? What are you passionate about, Ma?
My passion is to helping people, to whatever I can, to reach out to people, to be there for them, and to help people who cannot help themselves or cannot speak for themselves. That's my passion, to be there,
Yeah, that's
to be
awesome.
mindful of their path. Yeah. And I love the Christian walk that Jesus laid out for us, to take up your cross and follow Him every day, each and every day. We don't know what a day brings, but be there and follow Christ.
Yeah,
That's my
that's
passion.
hmm, hmm. You know what? Oh, that's awesome. Really, really, really do. That's awesome.
And
I
John, I just wanted to say this one phrase, the plan that John Maxwell says about the action that we can take. What if not? If we are not taking an action, you cannot win if you do not begin. The people who get ahead in the world are the ones who look for the circumstances they want, and if they can find them, they make them.
yeah, they're true. That's
So
true.
if I can find any opportunity to help somebody, then I will make an opportunity to go and find an opportunity or
Yeah.
create an opportunity that I can help somebody. Yeah. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
That's true. I want to play the trailer of my book. Just a second, just to show for a minute, so you can watch the trailer. Just wait.
Hello, Sandra, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Sandra? I guess we are having issues with network.
No, we are fine. We had a break, so we decided to show the book trailer.
Mary,
So that-
can you hear me?
Yeah.
what?
So it was great having you. Great
Yeah.
having you to say all that. That automatically means you were guided by these principles of working the talk. Working the talk. That's awesome. And what a great way of impacting your world.
Can you talk? Okay.
You know, battered women. You were taking care of battered women and children, trying to give them another meaning to life, taking them off the abusive home. No, those are stories that people need to know, because if we all live same life, we'll be able to impact our world. That was a great one, ma'am. Thank you for this opportunity. Like you said, yesterday is the past tense. Yesterday is past. What me I say with my yesterday? Yesterday is in the tomb. Tomorrow is a future which we are only being promised. Is in the womb. Is in the womb. Today is all we've got, and no one is assured of tomorrow. And no, those statements were, they wowed me. I really appreciate the words that you just spoke this evening. They were actually very impactful, telling us about yourself, what influenced you as your parent, your father. And that's why it's always good to have a role model in the house, either your father or your mother, somebody being an influence on you. You need a good influence around you. So for upcoming generation, this is an encouragement to you that you need to be in an environment where you are positively influenced. If you are in an environment where you're negatively influenced, you need to leave such environment. You need to be in an environment where you can be impacted positively. Thank God for
Exactly.
Mary Samuel. Yes. If she wasn't in a good environment where she had the father get books for her, some of people got goodies, chocolates, and the rest. But she was always getting books. She became an avid reader. So sometimes we think those pleasures of eating chocolate was just all that it is to life. What formed her was, her father was an avid reader, was a minister. She was a lover of people. He was a lover of people. He was ready to go out in the night to get, to sacrifice his sleep to help the populace, to help the people out there. Some people will never do that. So these were all the positive influence that influenced our guest speaker today. And today, she's a leader in her own circle of influence. She has people she's already influencing, and thank God our path crossed each other. Maybe if I never joined the John Maxwell team, I probably wouldn't have met someone like you, an angel like you, because there's a lot to learn from you, ma'am. There is so much to learn, and I'm sure Paul will tell you that he's learned a lot. Life is not about amassing a lot of wealth, having mansions, having everything, having cars. Life is about being a success, being an influence, and living a life of significance. And that's what you're doing right now. You're influencing the people in your word. You are touching lives. You're putting smiles on people who have been abused, people who have been battered, people who do not even have homes to stay. You're trying to encourage them, trying to give them hope that life can be better, And I do not want to take this for granted. It is a great story to be heard. People need to hear that. People need to hear your story, ma'am. People need to get to know you. I, for one, am blessed by meeting you, have learned a lot from you, and I've been influenced. And John Maxwell is a great influence, a great leader, and such that when I got to know about him, this is how I got to know about him. One particular day I was online and I had a pop-up. I've read some of his books. I had a pop-up and says Mondays with Maxwell. And it was just 20 minutes with John Maxwell. After listening to the 20 minutes of John Maxwell, every Monday I get ready by 12. So, to catch him online, Facebook Live or YouTube, to join his live channel. I found that I wanted more of him. I wanted more. So I think a particular day, after listening to the 20 minutes John Maxwell show, there was something written at the bottom that if you want more of this and you want to speak with an advisor, please click this link. And that was how my journey with John Maxwell started. And I would tell you, I'm sure John Financial Paul, you're hearing us. Maybe you're the next to join the John Maxwell team.
Yes, I can.
Really, it is.
In fact, I need to join.
It is. Because
I actually penned down some stuff and I feel that I need to
sincerely,
join.
I wanted to join it for 2 years ago. I was looking for the funds were not available. But I knew it was something I was passionate about. And I said, if I keep waiting.
Was it a virtual training?
No, but I'm going in person. They have a website where you learn a lot. They have a whole curriculum where you learn a lot. But towards the end of this thing, there's always a particular date where you come in person. Some people did virtual, but I'm going in person in March. We have IMC March 7th to March 9th in Florida. So I'm inviting you. If it's possible, maybe I'll have some short clips for you, so that you can see what the John Maxwell IMC event is. So I can start making you to salivate and start preparing for your own experience with the John Maxwell team. Sincerely, it's an awesome place to be because you will network with great minds. And if you have to come in person, they have a process for you. If you have to come for the John Maxwell program, they have a process for you to getting a visa, getting everything that will bring you to the United States of America to join the team, to come for the live session. It was, I would say, Mary Samuel, I'm sorry. Would you be able to tell us your experience in the IMC events? Because I want Paul to get to know about it, because I'm inviting him to, because what I do with people around me, as much as I want to be a good leader and a great leader, I want to be able to influence the people in my circle to become the kind of person I am, because we can only get better when we rub off on each other. So I would want you to just get in 2-3 minutes.
Well, being in the IMC is one of the experience that you can never get anywhere else. It's like family. Once you go and experience that culture, JMD culture and JMD DNA, that you want to be a part of it. And it's a story that I could tell that when I joined very late, so I could not go into that IMC event, but I just wanted to know who are these people. So what I did was I could not get and sign up at the time for the convention, the event. So, but I just went March. I signed up for live event, so I was able to go that experience in the full measure. So that's that's the experience that I got without being in the thing, but just observing the members, how they are, just drawn me into that closer. Yeah. So my first live event was not being in the live event. It was such an awesome.
Thank you.
And you will meet people from different parts of the world, and it's irreplaceable.
Yes, it is, because the short experience I had joining the John Maxwell team, reading his book, and in a way, impacted me. I was dreaming and longing to join the team. So, with John Maxwell, he made it so easy for everyone to become a member. There was a payment plan. So it was the payment plan I had to go with. And gradually, and before you know it, you're done with the payments. And I'm dreaming to be there too. Florida, March 7th, I'm going to be there by the grace of God. So, but it's a place to be. It's a place to be. If you read John Maxwell book, if you listen to his live videos and everything, you will know that this man is a man of influence. He's a man of God, and much more than being a man of God, he's living a life of significance. He's touching lives everywhere, and his life is a testimony. I like to be identified with such a person. And that's one of the reasons why I actually want to go for it. So I think for my colleague, Financial Paul, and everyone around me, it's it's an advice for everyone, to find one leadership program or the other to attend if you can't afford John Maxwell. But it is a good one to go because I was influenced, and I'm sure the same thing with my guest speaker today. We got to meet at the John Maxwell, and it's been awesome being with the team. Even though I've not attended the live session, I have learned so much. It's overwhelming, and that has affected my life. It has affected my life in such a way that I do not have any spare time to do anything that would not count to my goal. So I am very conscious of my timing, the way I spend my time in. So my time is so structured. Now I get so busy doing things that are impactful. I want to live a life of significance, and I'm sure everyone wants to live a life of significance. And I'd have loved to call Paul. Now, I don't know if he's hearing me, if he's online. I want him to just say one or two things before we call it an end for today. I want to thank you, Mrs. Mary Samuel, for making out this time, giving me your time, and giving our audience this time. It's a lot, getting someone for like 20 to 30 minutes of your time. It's awesome. And this video is a video that will be there for life as long as as long as there is live, anyone can watch it. So it's a great time having this interview with you, ma'am. Thank you very much for giving us your time. I appreciate you, ma'am. I appreciate you. Do you have any word you want to say? You want to leave any message to the people? Any last word that you want to leave?
Well, I would say for the youngsters that don't go with the thing that first come on your path. Go for significance.
Yeah.
Put your bar high, so you have to work harder to get there. But don't choose the easy path. It's not the life of significance.
Yeah.
Raise your bar and go higher.
Yeah.
Not to settle for less.
That's awesome.
Be all what you can be. Yes.
Yeah. Thanks so much
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining this channel. This is Making a Difference with Sandra Ukoh. We had a live guest, Mrs. Mary Samuel. Thank you.